Okay, 3:50 p.m. now, okay? And now on the, I think 27th is Monday, whatever the date. By 4 in the afternoon, I can finally say about how somebody pretended to pull a shank on me, a knife wrapped in cloth. It looked like a shank, but it could have been a knife wrapped in cloth. You know, I couldn't report this at the time. Something like that. No, and that's why I get irritated, and it comes off when I can ever even speak at all. It comes off. And that's fucking why. I'm trying to cross an intersection. You wouldn't know that because I can't film anything. People are driving all crazy at 4 in the afternoon. Okay, so I'm sitting at the Legion. There's 2 benches. They're both by the front door. When you're exiting the Legion, it's the bench to the left. I'm sitting right there, basically in front of the garbage can. And the chick that I filmed a long time ago, I can ID the person too, which is really, really cool. It's the chick I filmed that twirls and dances, crazed female. So she goes there every day. I believe she's now staying the night now. She's now a client of the Legion. As of last night, she's living there. And I assume she's done this arrangement where she comes and goes before. But 72 hours ago, she pretended to pull a knife on me. So now I've identified the person, how crazy they are. All right. If you're familiar with that video of the woman that was dancing with the rag on her head, she does this a couple times a day. Different spots in town. That one spot there, the beach, is a good spot. They like to dance there, different individuals on fentanyl. Okay, so now we've identified the person and we've identified the time that it took place and where. The left bench by the garbage can at the Legion. So I'm sitting there, it's still daylight. It's about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at the latest. And I'm just vaping. I was watching something on my phone, TV show, just watching something. I had my phone in my hand. I wasn't distracted. I had turned off the TV or whatever, and I was just kind of sitting there. She comes a lot there, like in and out multiple times a night. To count them would be a lot of work. It's in and out, in and out, in and out. When she's in there, she goes straight to the clothes. She's the numero uno solo person who collects all the clothes there. It's obvious it's her clothing store. That's a whole subject that requires attention later. Okay, so that's what I know of her, to twirl and dance and go and do the clothes, okay? All right. Yes, there's obvious other stuff and things she does, but because this is on the internet and because she's staying there, as far as I know, I'm gonna quit saying everything that I'm aware she does, because it's not a secret. Okay, you can watch a person like that and figure it out after probably 24 hours. All right, so I'm sitting on the left bench at the Legion 72 hours ago. It's about 8 o'clock at night. She comes down the hill from the alley entrance. That's the grass entrance. It's an alley side entrance. She's always like the video that I filmed, always like that. So she's coming down, but she's not twirling and dancing, okay? But she's always like that. So she's coming down the hill, a person like that, all crazy, all the time, crazy. She has some sort of small bra on and some sort of skirt, longer skirt on, a pair of funny boots on, and something wrapped around her waist, like a scarf wrapped around the top of her skirt around her waist. She goes straight up to where I am, wasting no time from coming from the alley. It was a direct entrance from the alley, straight up to where I sit. She grabbed from inside of the scarf that was wrapped around her waist what clearly appeared to be a knife wrapped in some green, army green fabric, about 8-inch long by 3-inch wide, a piece of fabric wrapped really tight. Okay, so it looked like a shank. Go look this up, please, if you're not aware of what I mean. A shank wrapped. I'm not wasting my time with this. So, okay, so but it wasn't. It was to look like that. It was obvious. Okay, so this is what she did. She walks right up to me. She's 4 feet from me. She's not at the garbage. She makes this crazed face with her teeth showing. And this crazed face, like if you're filming a person in a pirate movie, this crazed, and she kind of shakes her head while she does it. And as she's doing that, from inside of the scarf, she, within seconds, grabs this shank, and she holds it like she's gonna lunge it. You're gonna have to look this up if you don't know what I'm talking about. She holds it like she's going to lunge it, and she's moving fast, and you can almost see her muscles. She's like ready to go. Rah! And then she stops and says, "No, I'm throwing this away," because it wasn't really a weapon, but it clearly was the way it looked. Okay, so if you don't understand what I'm saying, I'm not here to explain it. And then she said something all crazy after she stopped pretending to stab me. It was all theater, but it was rehearsed, and I'm not describing anymore for my self-respect. Okay. And she goes, "Oh no, I don't want this." She's clearly coherent and clearly could stand trial. And she says, "I'm throwing this away." She tosses it in the garbage can. So I'm like, holy fucking shit. I sit there, and then she goes, runs runs inside of Legion. So I sit there and I go, learning curve, and I ask for guidance. And the learning curve was a lot of stuff. I'm not wasting time here. But I basically handled it as good as a person could. Who has someone run up with a shank wrapped in a scarf, and within seconds pulls it out and goes, "Ah!" with their arms and muscles and ready to lunge it like a pirate. So it was rehearsed. So this was my assessment after I got a little calmed down from that. I thought she always comes in here and does her clothes things and the stuff that I'm just not going to say online. And she does her dancing and her twirling. Who sent her in to do that? Because this shit was so deliberate and sent. It's sent. Go, send in. And so I asked for guidance on that. And it was a huge no. No, you cannot fucking know that. Because the person who did that, however many categories we go up in persons, is somebody who, for actual safety, I I can't be fucking figuring that out. Just drop it. It was obvious someone sent her down the alleyway, told her to do all that, wrapped a little, whatever it was that looked like a knife. They wrapped it all nice, and she couldn't do that. It was wrapped really tight, it had a little knot. No, if you've seen her and watched the video of the twirling, no. So it was wrapped real good. And then she stopped everything and said, no, I don't want this, and threw it away. And she was holding it up the whole time, waving it around after she pretended to stab. So she wanted it to be seen, and then tossed it in the garbage and went inside the Legion. Yep. So she did another action that was very physical and wanting to fight within 3 hours after that. But I'm not allowed to talk about it. And this precise crap of being shut down from being able to figure out who sent her in, and being shut down from being able to fucking talk about anything, is why I'm always in a bad mood. Besides the fact that I can never ride the bus, I'm always walking. And I can also say this. So when I left the Recovery Cafe today, 2 of them from the Legion left right after me. They always do that. And they followed me. They do that. I'm not gonna say anymore. To the Safeway convenience store. So we got to the intersection, okay? And they disappeared. All right? I didn't see them. And so I go up towards the Safeway convenience store. By the time I come out, they're there. And they're both at the bus stop. And that happens 98% of the time that I ever leave Recovery Cafe. Usually it's just one, and usually it's a male, but they always follow right behind, almost like they think this is legit, like that's okay to do that. It's not. And they end up at the Safeway convenience store right behind me, usually in line or at the bus stop. But they disappeared at that intersection, so I don't know where they're hiding out. The bushes, I guess. And then by the time I get to Safeway, bada bing, there they are. And so it's I don't think they're trying to be covert about this. And is this intimidating me? No, it's not. What's irritating me is I can never talk about it. That's so fucking irritating. Okay. All right, goodbye.